Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Tuesday. I hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you had a chance to see the launch on Saturday. It was quite amazing. I know I did get some wonderful photographs from some of you, and we'll be posting that on the website or on the Facebook page. So today is Tuesday, June 2nd, and this week we're going to be studying all about music. So the story that you're going to be listening to today is called Max Found Two Sticks, and there is a music teacher in that video who is going to teach you to listen to the rhythm of the music in that story. So she'll read the story to you, then she will talk to you about the rhythm and the notes that you see that tell you the rhythm of the music or the beat of the music, and then she'll read it again to you and you can play along. So your activity today will be to play, to make your own drum, to find something in the house, and she'll talk through that with you, and something that you can use as a drum. What I have today is my water bottle, and I have a little mallet that I have, but you can use like a wooden spoon that you have at home or something like that, and it's almost like counting, like a rhythm. So you'll be able to find something in your home and something you can use to tap out the rhythm. Today I'm going to ask that you go outside and you listen to the sounds in nature, and to see what kind of rhythms you hear in nature. In a few minutes I'm going to play the early morning bird sounds that I heard in my yard, and we'll listen to the rhythms, the rhythm that's played, and then I'll see if I can tap that out with you. We are going to be writing the letter R and the letter S today. We're getting very close to the end of the alphabet. The letter R makes the sound R. Can you think of an animal that has long ears that starts with the R sound? R. Rabbit. Very good. Can you think of something that shows all the different colors when the sun passes through a prism or the sun passes through droplets of water? We see a rainbow. Excellent. That's the R sound. And the S sound is the sound that a snake makes. It looks like a snake and it sounds like a snake. So it goes S. Can you think of something that you play in at the beach? You might build something out of it. It's called sand, right? And I have a dog right now that is running around my yard. You can't see her, but her name starts with an S. It is Serafina. Very good. Serafina. Let me see if I can calm her down. She wants to play now that it's time to learn. Hold on. Okay, she's all settled down. We have the S sound again. After we finish with the musical instruments, then I am going to read to you a story. So just to let you know, tomorrow, I know some of you are able to come into our Zoom meetings, and some of you find it a little difficult, but on Wednesday morning for our Zoom meeting, I have a very special friend. Her name is Kate, and she is a beekeeper. And she's going to join us on the Zoom meeting, and she's going to show us some really, really cool videos that she took of the bees in her hive. And she's going to explain that to us, and she's also going to take questions and answer some of the questions that you might have about her hives and her bee colonies. So if you have a chance to join us on Zoom Wednesday morning, 8:30, you'll have a chance to meet Kate and learn a little bit from her. So let's start with our prayer, and today we will say the Our Father. Please take your right hand and say, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, Amen. And let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Please take your right hand and place it on your heart, and join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the Pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Thank you, boys and girls. Now I'm going to send you to Crystal Ball for her morning hello, and Mrs. Capron is going to read a Bible story to us today. When we come back, we will do some handwriting and some work with rhythm, music rhythm. Okay, we'll see you in a little bit.
Magic, magic, magic ball. Please help me to see them all. Shine your light so nice and bright. Tell me now who's in my sight. I see Alyssa and her sister Emily. I see Liana and Emma from Mrs. LaFawn's class. I see Mr. and Mrs. Cabana. I see Mrs. De Oliveira and her family. Mrs. Hebert, Mrs. Broda, and their families. I see Ella from grade 2 and her brother Alex. He's also from grade 2. That's all I see for today, boys and girls. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning, boys and girls and Mrs. Lasardo. This is one of Jesus' most famous parables. Now, a parable is a story that teaches a lesson. And this one's lesson is, God always welcomes us home. The loving Father and the prodigal son who came home. Prodigal means wasteful. Jesus told a story about God's love and forgiveness. A man had 2 sons. The younger said to his father, I don't want to wait until you die. Give me my inheritance now so I can do what I want. The elder son was shocked, but his father did as he was asked, and the younger son left home. He quickly wasted it all, and when the money had run out, no one would give him anything to eat. Eventually, he got a job taking care of pigs. He lived with pigs, ate with pigs, slept with pigs, and smelled like a pig. He was so hungry, even the slop the pigs ate looked good to him. My father's servants have plenty, and here I am starving, he said to himself. I will go home and beg my father to let me be a servant on his farm. When his father saw his younger son coming down the road, he ran to meet his son and threw his arms around him and kissed him. No, father, said the younger son. I am not good enough to be your son. Just let me be a servant on your farm. Quick, his father said to his servants, prepare a feast. When the elder son came home and saw the celebration, he was angry. You throw a feast for that no-good son of yours? He said to his father. Both of you are my sons, his father said, and I will never stop loving you. One of my boys was lost and now is found. Dear God, thank you for always forgiving my mistakes and welcoming me home. Goodbye and have a great day.
Okay, we're going to be making the letter R, the capital R, and a lowercase r. The sound of R is the sound, so we have a picture of a robot, which starts with the letter R. We're going to make the robot by going dot to dot, so we're first going to start on number 1 and count with me. As we're counting, we're going to go to the next number. We're going to draw a line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What comes after 5? 6. Very good. And after 6 comes 7. And what comes after 7? Excellent. 8, 9. And now we need to find number 10. Oh, 10 is all the way down here. So we're going to make a straight line down to 10. After 10 comes number 11. And after number 11 comes number 12, which is right up here. So when you go number to number, dot to dot, you will make the picture of the robot. So let's make the R sound as we say robot. Ready? Robot. Very good. Okay, to make a lowercase r, which is right here, I'm going to make it up here a little bigger for you. If you have the top line and then you have a dotted line in the middle, a lowercase r is going to start on the dotted line and make a straight line down to the bottom line. And then you're going to go touch that line again just underneath the dot. And you're going to make a rainbow that touches the dot and comes down just a little bit. An N would come down all the way, but an R is just a letter I with a rainbow next to it. That's a lowercase r. So here you will trace the line down, then the rainbow. Line down and the rainbow. Line down and the rainbow. Trace those R's, stay on the line, take your time. And then I want you to really slowly get into the practice of forming these letters correctly. Make R's right across the page. Okay? Now let's go back up here for a capital R. Capital R is going to be like a lowercase l. It's going to start at the top line and go straight down to the bottom line. Make that nice and straight and neat. Always start at the top and pull down. It makes a neater line. Now remember when we made the letter P, we went out on the top line to the right, curved, took a U-turn, and back in on the dotted line. That's the letter P. Now to make the letter R, you want to make sure the little P doesn't fall over. So you want to come right under here and give it a little kickstand. Don't go straight down, but go out to the side till you touch the bottom line. So start here at the top, straight down, trace the top line, go out, around, come in on the dotted line, and then down that way. So here you're going to trace. Try to really stay on the lines. If you take your time and you practice it and do it well slowly, then you're going to develop some very good habits and you'll be able to do it very neatly all the time. So trace them and then write them, and here is the word robot. All right, the next page we're going to do is the letter S. Let me just take this here, and here we have the letter S. This is a capital S, this is a lowercase s. They are formed the same way. The only difference is the capital S touches the top line and a lowercase s only goes up to the dotted line. Now remember we talked about the letter S looks like a snake and it sounds like a snake. It makes the sound S, S. And over here we have a spider with 8 legs and it says make a spider on the web. And the way they made a spider is hi Tessa, they made an arch like a rainbow, Then they made a straight line across. And do you remember how many legs a spider has? 8 legs, right? So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this spider only has 2 eyes. I believe spiders have 8 eyes as well. This one has 2. Okay, I'm going to make a lowercase s up here, nice and big so you can see it. Okay, here's my top line, bottom line, dotted line. Lowercase s. Start under the dotted line. Go up, and see how my left hand is here? I'm going to move toward my left hand. It's a backwards rainbow. Before we went this way, now we're going back to the left. Straight across, turn, and come back to the left again. So both curves, you're going to go left, go back out, turn, and touch the bottom line left and up a little bit. Okay, so you're going to trace them down here. And it should stop at the dotted line and end at the bottom. Trace, trace, always think, move to your left hand, move to your left hand, and then make some of them on your own. Now, just here, I'm going to make the capital one so that you can see it nice and big. Okay, lowercase started under the dotted line. Capital is going to start under the top line. So here's where I'm going to start. And remember, here's my left hand. I'm going to move back to my left hand, touch the top line, come across the dotted line this way, turn, and go left toward my left hand again. So I start here, back, turn, trace, turn, touch the bottom line, and end there. So you will trace the letter S. Please go slowly for the letter S, and then write some of your own. And at the bottom, it tells you how to write the word spider. D-E-R, spider. Very good. And that's how you do those pages for today. Okay, boys and girls, we're going to do a little bit of rhythm right now. So I'm going to take my little water bottle, and it could be any plastic container that you have at home, or even a pan, and maybe a wooden spoon, or the end of, I don't know, some kind of a ladle. And just ask your parents what you can use first before you do. Or if you'd like to clap your hands along with us, we can do that. What we're going to do is we're going to listen to the bird call, and then we're going to listen to the beat of it. It'll either be fast or it'll be slow. Also, we're going to listen to if it is loud or if it is soft. Ready? Let's listen very carefully because the birds are starting to nest now. Okay, this is what I heard, and I'm not sure if you heard it. I heard chirp, 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 chirp. Can you try that with me? 1. One more time. Ready? 1, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. That's one of the rhythms that I heard. Now I can hear another one that goes a little bit longer. Let's listen. Did you hear? So it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Try that with me. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent. Let's listen for another one. Did you hear that one? That goes really fast. It goes. Try that with me. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So what I'd like you to do, Serafina is very curious. Hi. What I'd like you to do today is I'd like you to sit outside for a little while, listen to one of the sounds that you hear in nature, and then see if you can imitate it with your rhythm instrument. And again, if you don't have something that you can use as a rhythm instrument, you can always clap it out. So when we just did that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, let's try it with our hands. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Very good. We also heard the rhythm 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let's try that. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Good. And then think we heard 1 1 2 and 3 1 2 and 3 1 2 and 3 1 2 and 3. Okay. If we pay attention to the sounds that we can hear lots of rhythm, because God creates music in our environment, okay, in our natural world, and some of it is rhythm music. Today I also have, it's kind of like a xylophone. Did you ever see one of these? Okay. Now these have tones too, okay? Listen. Stop it with my hand. And then the smaller it goes, the higher the note goes. So if you hear this, which one has a higher tone? This, red, or green? Very good, it was the red one. The red has a higher tone. Now let's listen to two more colors. I'm going to do the indigo, and I'm going to play orange. Ready? Here's indigo. And here's orange, listen. Now I'm going to play orange, and then I'm going to play indigo. Ready? Listen for which one is higher. That's orange. Here's indigo. Which one do you think is higher? Indigo, very good. This is higher, and this is lower. Very good. Okay, now I'm going to play, let's try the aqua color. Is aqua and yellow. You're going to tell me this time which one is lower. Not the higher note, but the lower sounding note. Ready? Here's aqua. And here is yellow. Those two are very close. Which one do you think is lower? Aqua or yellow? Yellow, very good. Excellent. Okay. See, it sounds like it's climbing higher and higher and higher up the stairs. And then if we want it to go down and go lower and lower each time, we'll start here with red. And excellent. So if you have a xylophone at home, you can also use these for rhythms. The only problem is when you hit the panel, it actually vibrates. It makes, remember we talked about how thunder is the air rolling, and the sound of the rolling air, the sound of it comes to our ears. When you hit one of these panels on a xylophone, it actually makes the ear around it vibrate, and the air will travel to your ear. That's how the sound gets there. So in order to make the sound stop, we have to stop the panel from vibrating. That's why I touch it, to make it stop. So ready, listen. If we were to do the 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, you could pick any tone that you want. I'm going to do it on the green. Okay. And every tone has a letter that's with it. The green has the letter F. It's the note F. Okay, but we're going to do the 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Ready? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Now I'm going to do the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that really fast sound, that chirping sound that we heard. And I think I'm going to do it on the fuchsia color right here. I'm just move it so the sound can travel. Okay, on this fuchsia color. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so we have a tone and we have a rhythm when you play things with a xylophone. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to read to you a wonderful story. You probably have heard it before. It's called The Rainbow Fish by Marcus Pfister. Look how beautiful. Can you guess why they call it the rainbow fish? See all those beautiful colors? Excellent. Okay. While I'm reading the story, I'll be asking you some questions, so try to answer along as best you can. Okay, The Rainbow Fish by Marcus Pfister. A long way out in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. See how beautiful? You see it shimmering? See the difference? The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. Come on, Rainbow Fish, they would call. Come and play with us. But the Rainbow Fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. Uh-oh. It sounds like this rainbow fish is not very friendly. The others are inviting him to play. But he thinks he is too what? Too beautiful, right? He says, my scales are so shiny, much shinier than yours. He's bragging. And he thinks because he's so beautiful that he doesn't have to play with the others that are not as beautiful as he. He thinks he's a little more important. He's very proud. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. Rainbow Fish, he called, wait for me. Please give me just one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many. Sometimes when someone has something that's really nice, isn't it nice when they share it with you? And that's what that little fish was hoping for. Okay, let's see how he responds. What do you think the rainbow fish is going to do? Do you think the rainbow fish is going to share? Or do you think the rainbow fish is going to say, no, those are my shiny scales? Let's see what happens. You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are? Cried the rainbow fish. Get away from me. Ooh, rainbow fish isn't very nice. I would be very sad if someone spoke to me like that. Well, shocked, oh, look at the little fish, how sad he is. Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset. He told all his friends what had happened. And from then on, no one wanted anything to do with the rainbow fish. They turned away when he swam by. Now remember, they used to want to play with him, but now that he's using unkind words and he's being proud and he's being selfish, now nobody wants to be his friend. I wonder what's more important, having beautiful scales or having friends? Let's see how the rainbow fish feels now. What good were his dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anyone like me? Do people like you because of the way you look? Or do people like you because of the way that you act, the way that you treat other people? What would you tell the rainbow fish if he asked you, why doesn't anyone like me? Let's see how the starfish answers. I can't answer that for you, said the starfish. But if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you. Let's see if the octopus answers just like you did. Look at the octopus in the deep blue cave. The rainbow fish found the cave. It was very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly, two eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged, that means to come out, emerged from the darkness. Ready? I have been waiting for you, said the octopus in a deep voice. The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the ocean or in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy. So the octopus's advice is to share his beauty rather than to keep all the beauty and all of his specialness to himself. The octopus says, share the gifts that you have. Share that beauty. You won't be the most beautiful anymore because everyone will have a little bit of that beauty, but you will be happy. Do you feel happy when you share what you have? I do too. It's not always easy to share. When you have something really special and someone else wants to share it with you, you go sometimes, oh, I don't know. You really want it for yourself, but then when you do share something, you feel so happy inside because you brought someone else joy. You made them feel happy too, and then you share in their happiness. Do you think the fish is going to share each of his scales? Let's find out. Oh, here's the answer. I can't, the rainbow fish started to say. But the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. Give away my scales, my beautiful shining scales. Never! How could I ever be happy without them? Remember, he's trying to think, what's going to make me happy? My scales that are beautiful, or having friends making others happy? Suddenly, he felt the light touch of a fin. Who is this? Do you remember? That's the little blue fish that asked at the beginning. And remember, he swam away and he was so sad because the rainbow fish said, no, I'm not going to give you one of my scales. He's coming back. Rainbow fish, please don't be angry. I want just one little scale. What do you think's going to happen this time? The rainbow fish wavered. That means he was thinking, oh, should I, shouldn't I? Only one very small shimmering scale, he thought. Well, maybe I won't miss just one. So I guess he's going to start to share. Let's see what happens. Carefully, the rainbow fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. See it shimmering? I don't know if you can see. Thank you very much, the little blue fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in among his blue ones. And a rather peculiar feeling came across the rainbow fish. For a long time, he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. How do you think the rainbow fish felt when he saw the little fish swimming with that glittering scale? When he saw the little fish feel happy, he felt happy too, because he shared. He made someone else happy. What do you think all those fish are doing now? They're swimming. Do you think they're going to say something to the rainbow fish? If you were one of those fish, what might you ask the rainbow fish? Let's see. Ready? The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing. So it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by the other fish. Everyone wanted just one glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. So they all have one glittering scale. Some of them you can see, some it might be on the other side. And then he didn't feel so different anymore. He felt like he was able to share a little bit of everything that he had. Look at how beautiful. All of his scales shimmering, shimmering. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shimmering scale left. His most prized possessions had been given away, yet he was very happy. Come on, rainbow fish, they called. Come and play with us. Here I come, said the rainbow fish. And happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. The end. Isn't that a beautiful story about sharing? Sometimes we share things that we have, right? Sometimes you have toys that are so much fun, or you might have the newest toy, and when you share it with others, sometimes it's not easy because you want to play with it. But when you share and let others have joy with it too, you feel happy in making others happy. But sometimes what we have is a gift from God. Sometimes we might be really good at telling jokes. Sometimes we might be really good at creating art or creating music or reading stories. We all have different things that we're good at. And when we help others with that and we teach others, with that to do the same things that we know how to do, we get to share those gifts with other people. So those of you who are really love music, if you can teach others to do that, teach your friends. If you're really good at reading stories and you read stories for other people, you can make them happy. If you're really good at bouncing a ball or jumping rope and you teach others how to do that, you will feel happy when you see that they learn how to do it too. So remember, all of the gifts that you have are gifts to be shared with others. And when you share your gifts, you feel happy too. I hope you enjoyed the story. Tomorrow, again, just a reminder that Kate, the beekeeper, will be joining us to explain all about bees and what she does to keep herself safe as bees and how bees help to produce food for us to eat by pollinating the flowers. The pictures she shows us will be really cool. So I hope to see you tomorrow on the Zoom meeting. If not, I will see you tomorrow on our YouTube lesson. Have a great day. Bye.